You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready? It's the Ambition Hour, baby. It's the Ambition Hour, baby. It's the Ambition Hour, baby. Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves, and this is episode 165. So excited. Thank you guys so much. This is episode 164, 65.
65.
As you can see, we are here yet once again.
Back at it.
And I'm really excited because we're bringing you another episode. Shout out to EFN and to Boris for being here.
Thank you guys.
Boris, show your
Appreciate
face
you
to the
guys.
people.
We're here in their studio.
Yes, thank you so much, Crazy Hood Production Studio. We're very grateful. This is a studio in Miami, Florida, so we're very grateful to be able to use this space to do this podcast.
Right.
I know I was itching to do a couple episodes, so I'm happy that we were able to find a home.
We are back at it. I just happen to be in the same shirt. That's crazy. How that happens, right? Like, damn.
Wow. And wow, Flight is here
Right.
again,
Oh,
too.
what the hell?
How? 2 weeks
What?
in a row.
What? 2 weeks in a row?
And
Wow.
Spitz is here again.
No way.
That's crazy.
Wait,
crazy.
were we still recording it at the studio? Oh, yeah.
We had the DeLorean.
Oh, yeah.
I am so okay. So guys, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I wanted to go ahead and start off like how we always started off with, but I'm gonna ask Spitz, what are you grateful for this week, Spitz?
Hey.
Oh, God.
I'm grateful for not being able to answer the question if I'm single or not. No, let me stop. No, but I'm grateful that
Why,
the
'cause you
podcast.
could answer it quickly?
Facts.
He died to answer that question. Yeah.
Yeah. You single?
We've
You
been talking
single?
for 3 months, matter of fact. And she tells me she loves me.
I got you. No, but I am grateful that the podcast is back and back up and running. That's the main thing I'm grateful for. I'd like to see
drive.
Claudia back doing her thing.
Yeah.
Even though
You know what I'm
be
saying?
hating.
Seeing Claudia Renee Lagaspada do her thing.
Yeah,
So, I'm only doing this people because she was calling me by my fucking full name. So, I had to get her ass back. Payback. Long time coming.
You ain't giving the largest spot.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
my bad.
did. He said
bad,
my
my bad,
full
my bad.
name. It's all good. Flight, since you're still here, what are you grateful for?
What are you grateful
Yeah,
for?
another thing.
This week in the future, just think about, think about where you'll be. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm grateful just to be here again. You know?
Oh, hey.
Um,
I like that.
Yeah, with the fam, man. Dub, T-Dub, it's only one way. You know how we rock, man. Let's get it.
That's right.
What about you, Hav?
Oh, boy, that was a tough one. I thought we were going to do you. No, I'm kidding.
You know it always ends with me.
Your wordplay is not good.
You heard him? I'm going to call him out. I thought we was going to do you.
Y'all.
All right.
You
So
see?
that was episode 65.
Immature.
And we'll be coming back to you guys next week. And we appreciate all you guys watching and all of our supporters because, we didn't give you an hour this week.
I love it.
What am I grateful for? To have a sense of humor. Have a sense of humor with my buddies. Guys, just a couple of cool guys here. And we get to talk shit. And sometimes it doesn't come out the way we want to. But as long as we're coming. I mean, that's what's important, right?
Wait.
With the wink in the gun?
I know that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with that.
Claudia, what about you? What are you grateful for this week? In the future? The Weeknd dropped a new album, surprisingly.
Nice.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so something that I'm grateful for. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it really quickly because it's something that's been on my mind. So, I'm very grateful for because I was in the fire accident with my arm, right? And so that's just something that I always think about. That how my life could have drastically changed had that accident not went as well as it did.
And why did it go so well as it did?
Okay, so Hav knows the story. So one of the reasons why, because the first song that came to mind was Rough Riders Anthem. The guy said stop, drop. So that was the first thing that I did. And so I stopped the fire.
R.I.P. to X.
Damn, DMX saved your life.
He did.
With the song, the inspiration.
Exactly.
We look, got to print up T-shirts. No.
Yeah, so that was something that I'm just very grateful for because I always feel like ever since that happened, I feel like a whole different part of my life unlocked after that.
I feel like the same way about this accident with this.
I
This
feel like I died in an accident because
Wait,
this
wait.
must be heaven.
Not like that. Yeah, kind of some shit like that, or like just some shit happened. Like it's like a new phase, a new, almost like a new beginning. Even though like sometimes we're like playing with our own lives, and we shouldn't be like that and be as risky and always be aware of our especially when we're driving and shit like that. Like shit could happen in a second. But that's in life, like so all those close calls, like you do think about it and you just like one grateful, and I guess it just gives you like different perspective on shit. So when shit like that happens to you, you kind of grow, you kind of are different from it in some way or another.
So, Spitz, it's been a minute since you've been on. I need to know what has been something that you wanted to get off your chest.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh shit. Sorry there. Nope. No
Since
sponsors for this episode.
Since we talking, let me stop. I was gonna go. It was gonna go a dark route right there,
Of
but
course. Wouldn't expect
let me just
anything
pull back.
less.
Let me pull back. I really wanted to. I really wanted to just go down the route of just saying like, the Re5 is finally done, and I'm glad
Finally completed.
It's completed, and I'm wishing that Miss Audi gives me an interview.
Right. Hopefully we can talk to the people. Yeah.
Hopefully, she gives me a platform to promote
Should
it
really
on.
contact her people.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
there's.
I might get
Management.
I might get a. I'll call
Yeah.
you back. But yeah. I think that's one of the main things I like, because it was a long time coming for the Re5 to be done, and yeah, like just for it to be done now, man. Like I'm glad I can be able to tell people that it is like. Can I say it how this
Yeah, go-
time? Like
say
let
it.
me stop playing.
No, that-
Because
we can
it was
say it
off.
now that-
It
we can
was
say it
off
now that-
camera when we said it.
And the mics is good this time, so we could definitely
Facts.
say it.
So May 7th is the release.
The release date.
That is a Friday.
The
The
release
release of
date.
yeah. Well, yeah, because we try to make all our releases on Fridays. I try to pick a good date.
Yeah.
So
And it
yeah.
being 5, so so
Yeah,
May
and the 5, yeah, 5. So
being in May, so yeah. So speaking on to that, like we have Fight here too. He's also
Hey.
heavily in the Refi. A lot of appearances.
actually got two features.
Talk about
As of you got one feature. You got one feature.
I am on there as well.
I ain't got no feature.
You
I gave you a shout
you
out on
definitely
one of
got
my
a shout
singles.
out. Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
okay.
shout out there. There is definitely a shout out there. Stay tuned for that. Comment below. Well, yeah, if you. Well, yeah.
You guys should do a
Come-
mix of songs that have my name on them.
Oh yeah, probably a little playlist called that. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. I like
Call
it.
it glow.
She'll love it. She'll love that for sure. She'll love it. She'll love it.
So
I just posted pictures of Bay. Sorry.
before we get into a little bit more of like, at least like the change of this project, let's hear it from Flight's perspective. So like, and just try to explain it as much as you can from your perspective of like what happened to the tape and what is the tape and what does Re5 mean and what just from there.
I would assume that it's about rebirth, That's what I would assume it's about, just the project being born again, It may have went through some things in the midst, some circumstances, some situations.
Talk
and,
about those things. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm gonna let
and speak to-
Spitz. I'm gonna let Spitz talk about
You
that.
gonna
Let
talk
him
about-
let y'all know, what happened, and
All right.
explain that to y'all.
Rebirth. I like that. Spitz, what do you say to that?
Rebirth. That's pretty.
That's pretty.
That's
dead
pretty.
on?
Yeah, I would say that's pretty spot on, because rebirth is something that goes along the lines of something like revive.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of what it plays off of. Revive. So rebirth. So because I guess when you do get revived, that's a rebirth. So.
So I know you know this as much as you know about the project, Claudia, is that like we had and talk about this, Spitz. We had one version of it, and now there's this new version of it due to the beats, and love being done and Tragic. Shout out to Tragic.
Shout out to
Tragic. Big up to Tragic one time. Shout out to you, bro, for going in once on this. Talk about that. Like you didn't settle for it to just change, or like let it go. You went back in and basically redid all the beats, and it sounded better. That was the first time in my perspective too of seeing that actually like work. Because I seen the opposite happen. I see my favorite songs get like like Biggie's verse on X song, get on another beat, and like, I don't really sound that great.
Facts.
You know, or like, or hearing when Wes has to redo a song, for one of the tapes, and it's like, it doesn't hit the same. But these actually impacted it, and we actually cleaned up a little bit on some of them. Speak a little to that, yeah.
It's funny because Hav was there when he was doing the so to say switch ups.
Switch ups, yeah. The
And,
rebirth of
the-
the,
the
the
re-
rebirth
yeah.
of the rebirth.
So he was there like,
Like, he got rebirthed twice. It's like that's what we're saying. Like,
facts.
Switch just thinks he's Jesus.
Well,
Jesus.
we'll get into that later. We're trying to make him like
He
him
is the
first.
cancer.
Speezus.
We done spoke it to his existence.
Speezus.
Hey, but his name starts with a J-E.
J-E. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
We're finding out who's the chosen one.
Hey,
No, I'm
and
sorry.
Jesus was black too, so.
Jesus was
so
Wait, he was
I got the wool.
Yo, like, what? What are you talking about?
I got the wool. I got the wool.
Yeah,
You see, I got the wool. I got the wool.
that's how- Yeah, if you carry the
Knew it
three,
all
it all
along.
makes sense.
we were with the Messiah.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so speak about this second rebirth,
Man.
the also chosen one, please.
It's a hell of a reel in. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a hell of a way to reel it in there. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
May
I think
7th, we're gonna be also lucky to hear.
we're gonna be also lucky.
Also lucky to hear.
God don't strike me. I think I think just sitting in there and seeing him do that, change the beats up and put
Blew
my
my mind.
vocals on these new beats and stuff like that, how you say that was a new experience for me as well, cause like I asked him, I was like, yo, you don't think I
we can
want?
do it?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you don't think
Or do that verse again?
might have to.
go in.
Nah, he's like, yo, he sat there
And that's
like
the thing
a
about Tragic though. That's what let them like fly a little.
Mr.
loose.
Miyagi type shit. Like, yo, Daniel son. Like, he was like, Daniel son. Like, he wasn't saying nothing, bro. He's like, yo, chill. Like, that's pretty much what he gave me. Like, yo,
Facts,
chill.
yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
Cool,
the whole time, each time he did it, like, I just, just was like, yo, amazed because,
Yeah.
him just taking the vocals and putting them on there and matching them up to beats that he's done and stuff like that, and it was just amazing to see where it came from and not settling like how I've said, because to be honest, like I went through hell in a hell like a handbasket with that fucking tape. Like I was on some like I'm about to kill this motherfucker like 3 different times. Like
I hope
I was
the
done.
chopper wasn't
Allegedly.
Man, we was
Alleg-
rocking free spit shirts, boy. ASAP.
I mean, y'all probably were. Honestly, you probably were.
There
like,
may or may
at-
have not been a gun registered. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm just saying, like, cause
Or you probably would have hit it for all.
it was getting, it was getting there.
I just want to say that whatever they're speaking about, I have no idea. And they
No
also,
affiliation.
the Ambition Hour podcast has no affiliation with that either.
Damn.
And we do not support.
I mean, if you got a gun,
Right?
listen,
I'm all of a sudden on this side.
when the time-
we do
when-
not support.
when the time come, listen, if God ain't gonna do it, or if the angel ain't gonna do it, I might have to. I'm always for that. But
He speaks us.
saying.
You tripping. This speaks us. This
This is Jesus, yeah. This
I'm
Jesus,
good.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, guys, let's regroup.
So, what do you think about? Can you talk about a moment in your life, Claudia, where you haven't settled on something?
That I haven't settled.
Yeah. You know, you haven't settled on something.
As far as what? Because I feel like I
Anything.
don't settle.
Anything. It could be anything. It could be that, you don't settle for there to be one little last bowl of cereal left. You're going to go buy some more new cereal because you're not going to settle for
For not having.
having cereal.
So what is it that I don't settle for?
Yeah.
I don't settle for my own comfort. Like if I'm uncomfortable, like I'm gonna do whatever it is that I need to do to get out of that situation. That's just something that like I don't settle in, is my comfort and how I feel. Because I can't be myself if I'm not comfortable. You know, and then there's definitely times where I'm uncomfortable and like I'll go and do certain things, but at the same time, like those are times that I want to do it because I'm only uncomfortable because I'm scared. It's just like there's really no reason to be scared. You know, what the fuck you gonna be scared for? If that's the only reason why you don't want to do it, then you know, like that's something that you can get past because fear is just like it's in the eye of the beholder anyway. Because there could be something that I'm terrified of that you won't even think twice about. You know what I mean? But and then so for me, it's just like even being around people is just like I don't even settle on who I'm around because if I'm around certain people, like we were talking about on the past episode, like you just have to be around people that are going to push you forward. And that's one of the main reasons why the friends that I have that are not related to music, those are the people that I've had around for like a long time, and there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason to why I have these people in my life and they've stayed there because they don't just believe in what I do, but they believe in just my whole being and me the same way. So it's just kind of like if you're not bringing that to my life. I was talking about this earlier with my eyelash lady. And it's basically like dang, I'm gonna forget. This is what I hate sometimes. It's basically it. Well, with Griselle, I was talking to her about how, crap, it's in the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it right now. But it's just along those lines of like not being able to settle. Like I have the people that I already have in my life. So when you're dating somebody and then they want to be friends with you after, that's what we were talking about. Was that like when they want to be friends with you after, and it's just like no, like I have the people in my life already that you know, I feel like are going to be there for you to also want to be a part of it. Like I don't really see the need for it because it was kind of just like the idea that I had with you was to be in a relationship with you, and that didn't work out. So it's just like no hard feelings, but we don't gotta be friends. I feel like people just hold on to that so much. So that was just something that like even settling with that, you know, like not settling with that and just settle and then being comfortable with people that I'm with and then not knowing what to settle with. So my comfort, people that I'm around, my dreams, I don't settle for shit when it comes to that either.
Do you think that like comes like low key from like some trauma because we've been around some people who like either like shunned a little bit away from our passions or like from us to settle or for us or actually like kind of cheerleading the settle like no you come on like be reasonable you don't deserve the newest Jordans like just get these new Vans, they're just as clean and for the, like, or whatever. Not saying that that's as settling, but like, or that you probably do that or compromise in relationships, right? Especially when it goes down to like people in you and your partners are counting each other's pockets and expenses and stuff like that. But hey, it's a dirty game, but we love to play. It's a crazy world we live in. But right, like, do you think that like that's settled? Like, oh, I'm not gonna settle, right? Like, right, Spitz? Like, I'm not gonna settle because there has been times that I have. So, and I know what that feels like. So, fuck no, I'm not gonna settle. Or this is not. I'm not gonna compromise this.
I like what you said about having the trauma, because for me, the reason why today I don't settle is because there was a time in my life where this was something that was in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about doing this. I wasn't thinking about the music. I wasn't thinking about none of this. I was thinking about, for me, my goal has always also been financial freedom. I want to make money. Buku money.
Millions.
Like I want to like me and Bae and my brother and the whole team gonna be flying private jets and shit type. You know what I mean? Like that's the idea that I have.
Actually, let me go check if the flight's still at the same time.
Yeah. You do that. Make sure that it's the same pilot as last time Bae liked him. Right. So like stuff like that is just that's something that's super important to me. So the reason that wasn't something that was in my mind, I was thinking about something else. My mind was thinking of building a business and creating something of my own in that. And not that it didn't work out. Like it didn't work out for me because that just ultimately wasn't where I was supposed to be. So then from that right there, knowing that my life wasn't going this direction when I was doing that, and then it's just like I ain't going back to that. Like
I ain't going back.
Like I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to that disappointment that I felt when that ultimately, like when the demise happened of it, of like losing the business, losing like all hope, being broke, going through all of those things. Like I believe if we met in November, I wasn't like financially good at all. Like I was still like in a point where I had no money, but I had just started working. in those early days in Miami Live. Like, I was still going through that transition in my life to where it was just like, I still didn't have the podcast. The podcast had just came to my mind.
All right, Peter Miami Live, right? One time?
Dang, yeah,
I think-
right?
No? My bad.
I don't know.
We
We
still live?
yeah, I think it's still life
life.
there.
They're still
They're
live?
still
Okay, my bad. My bad to call the body early. Keep on going, Ty.
Damn.
He called it quick, didn't he?
No. I thought
I mean, I haven't seen nothing from
Go in the damn town. That was all right.
man,
Yeah, so-
if Kay ain't there, keep on going.
I know that's right. So that's just something that that just pushes me like all the time. It's just kind of like, is that? It's just like, remember when you first started? Remember where you were? Remember how confused you were? Remember all of these things? Just like, you ain't confused no more. You know exactly where the fuck you're going. So get to it. You know?
You think that like what I tell the team and when we huddling up, and what I usually say is like, now we know a little bit more. Like first we were just optimistic, right? You know, and now we're like, nah, I don't want to call it not, and we're not as much as naive anymore. We're kind of like in this like like knowledge and optimism still, you know, kind of like knowing that it is hard, like we were talking about in a previous episode last week. Man, it feels just like a long time ago that we did that. That we did that episode that I can't even remember so much from it. But yeah, like we're that it's hard. You got to step up. You can't settle. You know, we shouldn't even have settled on how Refi was gonna come out. To see, like, imagine that, like, and that's also another point of it. Yeah, I know it's like also with the trauma, but also like the signs when it tells you when you didn't settle, and you're like, holy heck, bro, this was awesome. I didn't settle. I said, fuck that. We gonna shoot the video better. You know, right? Fuck that. We just not gonna shoot this video like any other video. We're gonna get the studio. We're gonna do that, right? We're gonna get the people to dance. You know, to the song, which was crazy, by the way. You know, if you guys haven't seen that video of them, there was like a couple, right? Or a couple of the boy and girl dancing to.
Friends.
They were friends, but
Decent.
decent, yeah. But they caught it. Dancing like that, they ain't gonna
What
be
was
friends
it?
for long.
It was a hot topic on Twitter. The whole friendship dates. Spitz. Like a Spitz.
Spitz, so all right. Enough of that. Spitz, how many friendship dates you been on?
Whoa, coming in hot.
Me and Spitz are like super duper close as hell, and we have never been anywhere alone.
Facts. What is wait? Can you explain what is a friendship
What
date?
the fuck is that?
A friendship
It's
date?
where friends go out to eat.
You never heard of a friendship date?
With a girl?
Yeah.
With a,
Whoa.
she dresses up.
So you mean like
Y'all both
a
dress
guy
up.
and a girl go out on a date, but it's not a date?
No, it's a date.
No, they're friends, and they're just gonna go out to eat,
Friends.
and they're just calling it a friend date.
friend date, yeah.
Why you gotta say friend date? Why you can't just say we're
Because
going
you-
to go eat?
Nah, he especially wants you to know you a friend.
No, because like
Bro, he trying to.
Why you gotta
So you, I mean, she gonna specifically specify
It
that
go
we
both
are
ways.
friends, okay?
Right.
You
Why-
might.
why
not-
can't-
Why,
can't
you
we-
just can't say
If
we're
he don't
going to go
understand us,
eat?
then he definitely don't understand her when she said friend.
what if I called her for the friendship date? I'm trying to get to know a bitch.
Baby, we going to go eat. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also very true. Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, you know what? Because I've been beefing with you low key, and you know why? Because he called me a city girl.
Oh,
Oh shit. Oh, man, damn.
that's the
I
lowest.
said
of the
no.
lowest.
I said no nonsense. I said no
on, 'cause I
nonsense.
got
Do you
the
have
receipts.
pictures?
Yes, I need to see these receipts.
Well, what are there
No,
any
you call her a
records?
city girl?
A city girl?
Look at that. Wow.
And you know
You
what?
said that about
I
my
don't
sister?
I don't even.
I thought she was a bee.
No,
Bee,
she
a part of the
was-
I
bee
didn't
hive.
even hear her say period not one time yet.
Right. Not one time through here.
No,
The
I might say it, I say it
disrespect.
sometimes.
Holly does say period. She does get that off sometime.
You're lucky I can't find you. DM me real
Hey,
quick.
here.
Damn.
And for shooting bell,
Shit loaded like a potato, boy.
Like,
Them
baby.
DLs loaded.
Stop playing. I know where
Honey,
you
there's
at.
a search bar. There's a search bar.
I know where you at,
Sweetie,
motherfucker.
there's a
I know,
search bar.
I know where you at, motherfucker.
There's a lot
DM
of
me,
friend
motherfucker.
dates trying to kind of happen in that DM, boy.
For real.
As
hate
friends,
y'all.
I thought as friends we could go to. See, Tina Bistro.
I see you
All
at
right,
Magic
guys.
Kingdom.
So I
At
said,
Magic
I
Kingdom.
see you at Magic Kingdom.
I got annual
I can
passes
make some
too.
magic with you as well.
how about we make magic in our kingdom?
Wait, is that considered a friend date?
What?
What?
If you was to go to Orlando or something with her,
That's not considered a date. Well, is that considered a date?
would y'all be considered still friends,
Just
just
a weekend
traveling
getaway.
together?
No, I would.
Oh, shit,
no, I
she
would
said
say nah. No, if I go to the girl, if I go with the girl to
Guys.
Orlando, she's sleeping in the bed with me. That
Guys.
Not like that. no.
Why you think not like that? It better be like
It better be like,
that.
I don't want to come off
Yeah.
as entitled, you know what I mean? But like, you know, like type shit like that, like
Because you don't just go to Disney with
Epcot
anybody.
yeah,
You don't. And you don't go on
Or
dates
out of town.
with girls unless you're trying to date them.
I don't know if would you guys ever ask a person off rip to go out of town like as the first time linking up? Even if like you got it like that. Let's say I mean like dang, I guess it also depends on your lifestyle. You know, but like
What do you mean? What you talking about? You just met this person and
You
then
just
you're like,
like,
yo,
yeah.
it's good, let's go to Orlando.
yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Like, yeah.
Hell nah. You ain't gonna know her.
But if you catch the vibe at the diner, you're on your way to Colorado.
It's that vibe here.
God, we ain't gonna never see that boy again.
We ain't never gonna see that vibe.
Y'all dog.
Damn, yo, that's some setup type shit right there, boy.
Facts.
You
All
don't
right,
never
so I
know
have
what
the
happened.
receipts.
Oh shit, she got the receipt.
No, 'cause
Yeah,
I
so that's a
wanted
wrap.
to- I
Yeah,
wanted-
so that's a wrap.
How you gonna
The
do a
show's
rap
gonna be
on my
wrapped
show?
up.
So I have posted a post that said females post I'm single and be in the car with a man.
Oh, yeah, I remember this now.
On the way to eat.
You remember this now.
On the way to eat. And I said, okay, and that don't mean he my man. So he rolled his eyes and I said, why you rolling your eyes? He said, city girl. And I said, period, poo. I ain't no going out to eat with a dude, man. He was my boyfriend. He's like, you gonna die on that hill I see. I said, they were wrong about Jesus and he died on the hill.
Oh, yeah, bro. Jesus.
That's kind of when I catapulted out. That's kind of when I catapulted out. I was like, whoa, you
touche.
chose violence.
Touche.
Hold on.
He said,
I'm
touche.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah. Like, wait, hold on.
Touche, I'm out.
Because, bro, like, okay. So listen, if I go out to eat with one of my homeboys, especially like, I'm the girl that usually does have like the homeboy or like a friend that he'll come into town and of course I'm gonna see them because, like, you know, they're in my city. Like, why not? So for me to like see that it's just like, okay, like I've been in the car with dudes before and I'm going to go eat but that don't mean he my man.
But
Like,
y'all never
I'm
said,
not single, but
Yeah,
I'm
but-
also not tweeting or
I
posting.
want a friend date.
No, I'm not. I'm also not posting or tweeting that I'm single either. Like that's not something that I'm like actually in the car doing when I'm gonna go eat with somebody.
No, but you.
She ain't never be like, I'm single.
But you know,
With a nigga like laying next to her, like, you know, got this nigga waking up like, huh? I seen that post. I seen that post. What post?
God
You
damn it,
single?
Claudia.
Are you single now?
Hey, so
Are you single now?
hey, so I seen that post.
why my man got that voice?
Hey, so seen that post.
Because his chest out. Why he telling you?
It's just all the
He
way
just
out.
brushed his teeth.
Y'all got
So
my
he's saying it with his
cheeks
chest. He said,
hurting.
you know, he gotta say it with his chest.
Y'all got my cheeks hurting. All right, so that's what had happened with Spitz. So that was the little. So that because my whole thing was it was just kind of like, okay, but that doesn't mean that he's my man. You know what I mean?
See that post in itself, like
So okay, what about if you and a girl go out and both of you guys split it's like you guys split the bill, and you know, like kind of like, oh yeah, you know, like on some friend shit, like, oh, we're gonna go over here.
Oh, she the one.
I don't know, man.
She
Look,
won.
all I say is this. This is what I say about. Oh my gosh.
Shit, she the one, bro.
Yeah, facts. Is she paying for that thing?
She said split.
Oh, she's
At least
splitting
I
it.
know she going 50-50, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a good sign.
But see, look, let me get back to my point. See, look, my point is,
I don't always
is
go 50-50 the first time.
whoa,
It got maybe the second. Oh, God.
damn.
I wouldn't say the first, but you get what I'm saying. If she
Yeah.
go 50-50, you know.
Yeah.
But damn, if she pay for it, I feel like she trying to buy something from me.
I've paid the whole thing before.
What? Really?
Huh? What's that? What's that?
Yeah, I paid the whole thing before.
What time? Was the first
Like
time?
the whole tab. No, it wasn't the first time. It was like a couple times after.
This was a friend date?
That was not no friend date.
That was
We're
her
talking
man.
about friend date?
No,
I was
not
like,
Farrah.
man, we talking about
Oh, that was-
we talking about dating.
We were talking about 50-50 dating.
All right,
We were
look,
talking about 50.
hold
We were
on.
talking-
Damn.
Going back to that that post, right? All right, look. So if you're a woman, right, and you saying and you're in agreement with this, right? You gotta understand that you're playing the game. So
I mean,
You're
aren't we
right.
all? The game
Right.
of life.
it's all is fair, love and war. So playing that game as well. So if you run into a guy on the back end, you meet a guy, right, that you're dating him. Are we off? And you meet a guy and you're dating him, right? You like him, start getting in good with him and stuff like that or whatever.
What a play.
What if this guy?
Hold up, this nigga getting for real.
What if this?
Allegedly, that's not what it looks like.
It's a cigarette for the kids.
What if this guy was thinking the same thing in that post, like about like, yo, like you know what I'm saying, like I only really did this just so I can try to get something out of you on the back end, like I was basically using you, like how you use the guy to get the meal, right?
See, my whole thing too is this: I would never use the guy for a meal because I could just go get my food myself. Do you know how easy it is to just like go pick up food and then go back home?
That's a fact. You got Uber Eats.
Damn.
You got Uber
Not have
Eats.
to worry about getting ready.
You got
Where am I gonna
Uber.
meet this person? I hope there's parking. What am I gonna wear?
Yo, did you really get that? Like you was finna roll it up?
Yeah.
Yo, he really played that out. Like,
did.
Bro, let me hold up. Not to disturb y'all, but bro, I be asking what you be smoking, bro. It got the name on the bag, bro. What you smoking? I don't even know. It's good,
That's a
good.
smoker's cough
Yo,
face.
it's right here. Honey bun.
I don't know. I just don't want to read it. I
That's
just don't want to
hilarious.
read it. I just don't want to read it.
That bag is so old.
That
Oh,
was from
shit.
5 strands ago.
That shit's reusable.
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
gives it back to the D-boy. That's how the D-boy gives it back to them.
Damn. So this ain't even honey bun. Then,
That's
man.
funny.
Yeah, most likely.
That is super funny.
Break it down for him. I
Mike.
got you. Try to make sure they clean.
All right, now.
Weed in my car, something
What?
like that.
What you guys think about that? Like, some people say that like people who don't smoke can't be friends with smokers.
Oh shit, that's a
Like, I feel like that's the most sad.
Flight is like
shit
the
that I've
the
heard.
best person to talk
Talk
like.
to, yeah, to
straight
be with.
bullshit.
To
And
straight
then,
with.
Ethan doesn't
No,
smoke
you
either,
can-
right? And he's always around
Yeah,
smokers.
Yeah,
He's
for real.
always
His best
around.
friends are like, yeah.
Yeah, and on the show and everything too. Dang.
The only non-smoker, bro. I'm telling you. It's crazy.
There's times where I'm that one, but that's only like for a couple of months, and then I'm back. Like,
Back like 4 or 5.
Nah, but when I first met her, I was like, she don't smoke.
That they're smoking
She had a little innocent face, and then
Yeah.
It's like- Mama Flight was like, "She be smoking.
she be on that shit.
She be on that shit."
What, do you think about, what about you? You
I
think
can't
you,
believe
you
you
think
said that.
you-
That
This
shit.
is Spitz, though. But my mom walked in the door.
like,
I feel like my mama coming through the
He
door.
like, that's Mama Flight.
she probably doesn't like it because I'll be wild with it. I'll be free with it around her.
Now when she come through the door though, you know what? She always get me because she always come through the door and then she look to see how y'all eyes is like. Every time she walked by me last, she always come in and see how your eyes is. She be like, look, they on that shit, Jayon. They been smoking that shit. I say, man, you know they 5 and they already on their gut level already. You know what I'm saying? This is what I be talking about. I gotta sit with all this motherfucking smoke everywhere. This fucking choo-choo train everywhere. I gotta keep sitting. I
You
say,
know-
Mom, I got your little section right here. You good.
You did have a little section for her. The choo choo train, for real. Talking about what's the name of that blue one?
Huh?
Come on, ride a
The
train.
train.
What? Hey, ride it. What I was gonna say is something that recently happened between us is like we have actually like smoked in front of our mom, like for like the
little bit
first
more.
time.
First time?
a little
Yeah.
bit more than comfort, but
Yeah. It was crazy, and it gets to a point where like well our dad is like super open with it, and that's something that we like being transparent about as well, because when we were younger that was some shit that we would get in trouble for, like
But like,
Her mom would come around the corner and pick us up in the car, and the police would be behind us and shit.
but even how time has changed though too, right? And even like on her perspective of her like trying to normalize it a little bit more, like, okay, if this is what my kids are gonna be doing, then all right, let me like tell them like, all right, still don't drive, even though that you still like fucked up or like you took in a couple of choritos, you know what I mean? You took a couple of flights.
Yeah, she don't let me go in places.
You know, it's just kind of
But
like,
I'll be like, want to go get my nails done and everything, high as fuck.
but it's the same sense of like,
Yeah.
that's what your mom would tell you if you was like drinking already or like you already had 1 or 2 beers at the crib. Like, hey, hold on, you know, be careful before you go drive. You know, like, of course, you know, like drinking is one thing, and then of course smoking is another. But like, you know, it's just kind of like, you know, keep your 5 senses. You know, keep them intact. And I also think like smoking in front of my mom kind of also shows her a little bit more about that. Kind of educates her more on it. Kind of like, oh, okay, like it's not drugs, like how we was talking about earlier. You know, like when you just smoking, it's like, oh, it's drugs. You're gonna go crazy. You know, you're gonna go lose your mind. You're gonna go off the deep end. You're gonna go off and burn off in hell, boy.
But it's not that though.
Yeah, she like after a while she just just came to terms with it, and for her she was, bro, the reason why she never knew about, and I don't blame her of not knowing who the Ozzy brothers was, because she was a virgin until she got married to my dad. You know what I mean? Like that was something that she held on to till marriage. So for her, like music that was kind of like that, she wasn't really listening to it.
Wow.
You know, so because if you listen to the Isley Brothers,
It's a wrap. You doing it at 12.
A rap ski.
so he said you doing it at 12. That shit just hit me right now.
I'm on that 112. You at 12 doing it on 112. I'm
Yeah,
telling
that's
you.
crazy.
Good
But yeah, so
Lord.
that's just something that, and then her being a little bit more open to it. And then I guess it's also perspective for her. She starts to see the perspective of like because we do it, but we just be at the house.
Yeah.
We just be chilling, you know. We do our shit. We do the podcast shit. The music. We help out. We have our own responsibilities. Like we're not just out here like.
It's like your parents should like, what they should do is just empower what it is for you.
Yeah.
And like, even though like your kid could do this or do that, and maybe there's certain things you don't agree with, but maybe honing that in or encouraging that will bring you closer to them, you know, in some way or another. And if you were there with them, usually it's a reflection of what your interests are a little bit in some way. At least that's how I feel about my parents. My parents love music. So I just feel like I'm just a reflection of that love of music type of thing. So
How about you for being a parent? What do you think about like the time that, like, let's say your daughter gets into smoking weed or drinking or drugs in general?
oh Lord.
I'm a killer.
And if he doesn't, his mama
His
is.
mama is, yeah. And I don't know what happened.
But like Hob said though, yeah, I like that. I like that. I mean, it's gonna bring us much closer. You know, I always encourage her to speak to me, even though I'm the one who really put my foot in her ass. So I'm the enforcer. You feel me? So she's very afraid to bring certain things to me.
Right.
But I also try to encourage her to speak to me as well. You know.
Because I'd rather like, you know, it could be hurt. It could be hurt or more in danger when you like not around, you
Yeah.
know, like right type of thing.
I
So
always
like,
was terrified when I was like hiding it from my parents. I always felt like I was just like, if I don't get caught by my parents, I'm gonna get caught by the cops.
yeah, and even to like generalize it or just like not just in the topic of weed or substance. Like it's even like what we saw like the I Am Athlete interview, Spitz with Dwayne Wade was talking about his daughter. Just kind of like
Oh, yeah.
letting her be her, you know, and like encouraging that and just like, or like how you say with Iman, like it's like the first experience.
Oh yeah.
You know, the first experience for them to make it good. You know, like if it's them riding a bike, you know, make it good. You know, I ain't a parent. You know, the closest thing I got to parenthood is my dog, but but
Imagine
but you only got one more. Well, what I say, Spitz, you only just got one more than me, so
That's it. One more.
Facts.
yeah, this is one more. So
imagine
catch up quick.
imagine being like in Dwayne Wade's position, right? Hearing all this backlash and stuff like that just because he's supporting his you know, his daughter. You know, for what? You know, like what could be the point of a father come like shit, he don't know no better. Like what the fuck is he supposed to tell his fucking his daughter like, yo, you're not what you say you are, you know, like shit. I don't know. I'm like how you say he was trying to, like when I seen the interview of him, he was like, I need to get educated on it. Like I don't need to get educated on it, bruh, because like I'm not in a area or situation. You feel me? Like where I'm running into people that have these type of thoughts, right? So how the fuck can I sit there and judge somebody that's basically they don't know like I know, but they have like a family member or someone that's going through that,
Someone they care about, yeah.
right? So like how they handle it, the best way to handle it, I think, is basically support anything in life. Like it's like that's like my key to it. So I can, I think he's doing a good job, basically, like just supporting whatever you want to do. If like, cause I keep fucking up, cause I keep saying son, like, cause I'm about to say son, and I know like we'll get like like fucking backlash for that, but his
No,
daughter,
well,
you know what
yeah.
I'm
But
saying?
something
Like,
else
so,
that I even noticed with Dwayne Wade is that even with the younger daughter, like they allow her to be herself too,
Yeah.
because she's like a little moody,
It's to that
little
point
stank,
too.
a
Right,
little, and he even
yeah. And
allows like
encourages that, yeah.
he allows, as well as Gabrielle, they allow each other to be themselves as well.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
a good
like
point, though,
that's
too.
something that you should never settle on, is just like finding that with somebody where you can be, comfortable with who you are always, and they're just going to enhance it and then also be themselves. Because that's what happens a lot of the times too, is that you're in a relationship and you always want the person that you're with to be like the best person, but then
Yeah.
they're not complimenting you in any way, because they're just so like their cup is being filled all the time, because they're probably not even filling it up themselves. You're doing it so much for them that now your cup is empty, and then it's just like now you're not happy. The sex isn't even good, because like the fuck are you doing for me anyway? Like if you can't stimulate my mind, like you can't stimulate
The rest of me.
There it is. There it is.
exactly. So that's just that's something that's something that I admire about that couple. And people can say what they want about them, but that's something that I've always seen from the beginning since they started dating, is that they've just allowed themselves to be who they are in the space that they're in.
And with bait though too, it was one of the things I heard, or one of the things I picked up on, kind of is like you just want to what naturally comes to them, or like whatever it is, like right, like if your daughter just like, or she loves this certain thing, right, or there's a game that she plays, right, she plays Call of Duty, right, or something like that, or
Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah,
Yeah.
she plays she plays Fortnite,
She
right?
be sick with
I
it,
do
too.
too, but anyways, she plays Fortnite, and like just kind of like, okay, that came natural to you, or like, just kind of like, okay, cool, or you like games, instead of being like, what, why you like games, you know what I mean, or like, oh no, you know what, stop playing those games or whatever like that. Okay, so what's about that game, tell me more about it, or what do you like
attracts you
about
to
it,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
what do you like about it, type shit.
That's something that Hav mentioned earlier about the whole Iman Shumpert. He basically said that about his daughter. His daughter like was really super interested in gymnastics, so him and Tiana Taylor did everything to get that. Because she would be like, "Mom, I need a leotard so I can do my gymnastics class, so that I can learn that." He's just like, I've never done that. Like I play ball and I rap. like I don't know how to do gymnastics. So what do? I find somebody that's gonna help her. And then he's just like, there's kids that there'd be like parents want to complain about them playing. Okay, but how, if that's what the kid wants to do all day, like how can they do to enhance it?
Right, yeah.
Because they might want to be doing that when they're kids. And I have to use myself as an example, because at your daughter's age, think about it, at 12 years old, that's when I knew that I wanted to do this.
Right.
That I knew that there were certain things in my life that I wanted at 12 years old. You know what I mean? So, and if somebody would have just been like, "Oh wow, this is what you want to do. How can we enhance that?"
let me back you.
Yeah.
And then so for me,
There's a voice recorder.
yeah. So then instead of
it's gonna be
that
crazy.
happening, what ended up happening was me just trying to find my way, because it was just like, oh, okay, so let me play the violin. Why? My mom loves it. My grandpa also loves it as well, and those were awesome memories that I have of playing it. But
But it's also the point though too. Like, even though no one told you to do that stuff, or like, it was in like mommy, like, no, don't do that. Like, go play the violin. That's what I want. It's also like when you're growing up, you're just kind of like trying to not please everyone. Or you're like kind of like thinking about it. Or
Mainly
weighing-
your parents.
mainly
your
my
parents.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
definitely
your
who
parents.
I was always trying to please.
Even though your parents could tell you things, you like not say things without saying things, I guess, so you don't want to go off too crazy, or like not do maybe this or maybe that, or maybe not say you want to be a rapper at 13, you know, because that might sound a little crazy.
It's funny because
especially back then.
when
like,
we get older, those are the first people that we have to tell, like, no, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You
That's
kind of
kinda
have to
crazy,
like
too.
let them know, like, oh fuck,
yeah,
like,
it always comes a time that you just got to tell motherfuckers, like, yo, this is what I'm doing. And that's it.
period, poo.
You think that came up? I think that came a point in all of our in this table right now. There's, you know, like it's like a point that is kind of like, nah, this is what I'm doing. You know, like
This is who I am. This is who I'm
what
going to
I
be.
am. This is what I am. This is what I am, and fuck it, take it or leave it or not, like how it is. What do you guys do like when you know, you're not feeling like the man or the woman? Should I
I'll be
say?
feeling like the man when I walk through.
Spitz, answer that.
I listen to Patrice O'Neal. Sorry, people. Get your daily philosophy 101. Patrice O'Neal. Nah, seriously, I do, cause like his philosophy is like uplifting, man. Like, so like if I don't feel like I'm like, you know, like the shit, or like at the best of my craft or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I cut on Black Phillip's show on YouTube. I listened to a couple of episodes, and then I'll be like right back in my bag, like quick fast, like serious shit. So, what about you?
Sometimes I listen to myself though, honestly, and I try to be funny like that, but kind of like listen to my new music that I either got coming out or what I just made, and you know. But sometimes that could backfire when what I just made is so hot, and then I'm like, fuck. Then it kind of like fucks me up a little bit more, you know, a little bit. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but like that. Also, like talking it out though too, especially with my fucking my inner circle being right in this fucking room.
Confidants.
My confidants right being right in this very room. You know, like you guys already know that, like, you know, I'm a perfectionist and, you know, hard, you know, want to go to the next level and reaching the next level. And like, we got, you know, like it takes a lot, you know, I know it takes a lot. This shit ain't easy, you know, and we can't take it easy. So sometimes that also, shit like looking at Kobe shit or looking like some competitive shit like I Am Athlete or like the Knuckleheads podcast or Up in Smoke
Podcast is the main like
podcast
reliever.
too,
I think.
yeah. Patrice, yeah, that too. Joe.
I mean, yeah, because I like
When we
I
get-
just
when
don't
we
want
do
to say
the
it's just
podcast
not
every
only
week, like-
him. It's various ones,
Yeah.
like how you just name I Am Athlete. Like it varies. It varies.
There's definitely times for me where it depends on what it is that I need, because there's times where it could be that I'm feeling some type of way about my body, and that makes me feel like I'm not the girl, I'm not the woman.
Man, let's not talk about that. Keep on going.
You know,
Christ.
so for me it's like something that I have to do to myself is kind of
10-foot
like,
pole.
you know, say like affirmations to myself and just love my body and what it is right now and how it's shielding me for the
Yeah.
moment, and how like listen to what my body is telling me. And then once I like get into that mode and find out, and then just let it go and just say some affirmations to myself in the mirror, then I just like move forward. Like, you know, just like leave it in the mirror and and move forward, and you're just like, okay. And then also from where I work, I feel like I'm able to disconnect from whatever it is that is going on, and then just feel the calmness. And if it's like about the podcast or just in general, like I may be feeling like I'm not the woman, like, bruh, sometimes like I'll just listen to, like, I wake up and go to sleep listening to music. Like, I love podcasts and they make me happy, and there's times where like I'll just listen to a song, and the songs can be sad as hell, but just because the song sounds so good, it makes me feel good.
Right.
You know, it's just like, man, this sounds so good. Like, listen to what the artist did.
That's the misconception of listening to
Yeah,
like
'cause,
that
like,
kind of music. Oh, you just want to be sad.
I
No. I
love-
like how it
I
sounds,
love
kid. Get out of
Giveon,
here.
and his music is like kind of like heartbreak
Yeah, that kid
and
is fire.
sad, and it's so. But like when I listen to it, I'll be like, damn, this boy put his whole motherfucking heart in this shit. Like, I could just imagine, and I feel like whenever like his song and you hear his voice, like it takes you somewhere, you know. And it's just like it may not be where I want to be, you know, like specifically. So I listen to it, and I'm just kind of like, oh, this feels nice. You know what I mean? Or, you know, always a worship song will take away real quick all that doubt and pain that you have. Or like I like writing a lot of stuff and having reminders around. Like, I have stuff in my room that like I could literally, while I'm getting ready, that's what I'm reading. I'm reading like lyrics from worship songs, or lyrics that just like speak to me, or like what I do this for. One of the things that I have that maybe you guys can use is like, for me, it's just like people that do podcasts look like me. You know what I mean? And that just like ensures me in that I'm in the right space, that I'm in, like, I was destined to be in that space. I'm destined to be in the space that I'm in right now. So like for you guys, it could be like there are rappers that look like me. You know what I mean? So what about you, Flight? What do you do?
Um, think about my purpose.
Your why.
Why, who, what, why am I doing this? Who I'm doing this for? Yeah, purpose.
That usually just fires you right back up, huh?
That shit fired me right back up.
I mean, yeah, that's something because there's times where we wake up and we're like, fuck. And you're just like, fuck, but I gotta get up. I gotta get going. Something that I don't think when it was just you by yourself is when we talked about the slipping song, right? About slipping. I wanted to point something out because in the video, I recently saw it again, and something that's crazy is that sometimes a lot of these artists they actually end up acting out what their ultimate death is. And in that video, that's exactly like the beginning is exactly like how he passed away. And so like that's just crazy to me. And like for artists, that's something that because I don't feel like you guys talk too much about stuff like that. Is that something that you guys as artists like try not to speak about because you don't that's something that you don't want to be in your music or it's not something that you think about?
I try not to. Like what you just said, like you're right because like I don't want no like gun like to my like to me and not like no like try to like manifest any type of scenario is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is why I try to keep it clean and happy.
I would never. I wouldn't. Dang, I don't know now that I was gonna say, but if I don't genuinely feel it, I don't think it will come out either way. So if I do feel on that perspective, and that's what the beat does call for, or like I'm just getting into this bag and kind of playing with it, I guess I'll pick. I'll poke at the bear. Um, just because one, I don't think nothing's off limits. I feel like as soon as you start to saying stuff off his limits, it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it always kind of tinkers the process. It's kind of like always saying like, oh, I'm gonna come in here and do a hit. Like if you do that, then
It doesn't work that way.
yeah, it doesn't work that way. So same way how I would say I would never because I would know. I'll hear one beat and be like, dang, this kind of reminds me, or this take me to a place where I thought, etc. Because I know I've gone to dark places or like, or even like sad songs or emotional songs, right? Like
I know I got one for you. I'm waiting for you.
When there's emotional songs that kind of come into play, like you're there already, type of thing. Whether it's the topic is death or not, you're still playing with something that is near and dear. So I don't know. It is weird, but like I always say, I don't know. It's art. It's art though too. At the end of the day, Quentin Tarantino uses words that in his movies that he wouldn't use in real life.
He says.
Yeah, so that will bring me to the song Flowers. I was in a very dark place, but I had to shed some light on it. Now, I didn't speak about my death or anything. I just spoke about death in general. But I was also speaking on the fact that give me my flowers before I'm gone. So I didn't say, oh, I'm gonna die like this or like that. But I'm telling you that before my time expire, give me my flowers.
goddamn flowers, people.
Yeah,
give him his flowers.
My bad, Claudia. But like, I feel you on that. Like, I probably wouldn't go to that deep and depth in it. But I don't know if even like for a video, like even for Scar Tissues, they do want this like video of like something happening to me, or like type of thing, or some makeup done. So it's kind of like, right, like oh, like I'm not doing this to, I don't know. But then like there's also very superstition. I forgot what podcast it was that I heard this, but kind of like, oh, don't park at the disability because that could be your spot. Oh, Cameron says that like that could be your spot if you want it.
Bro, you know what you remind me of? When I told Diesel I wanted to do it at a cemetery. Totally changed my mind. I felt like it was a certain vibe, like this ain't where I want to be at right now. You get me? I was like, yo, and I was terrified, man.
Yeah, you could be there if you want to.
Yeah. be deep under there, 6 feet deep if you want to, but not right now. I'm good.
I ain't got time for that.
Nah, yeah.
I thought about it. I was like,
I don't got time for that. Something that I've done, because of course it's not with the music, but something that I've done with the books that I've read is they have had asked us to basically have fun with thinking about our death. You know, like different ways that you could die, and if you were to, like it makes you like think about those things, and then it kind of like ever since I started reading that book, because I've read it every year. Ever since I started reading that book, I'm not saying that I'm okay with dying. I just feel like it's just something that happens. You know what I mean? Like it's just something that happens. It's something that it's inevitable. You never know how it's going to happen, and then by the time that you know, you're already gone. You don't even get to find out. You know what I mean? So it's just it just that's another thing that I can add to like the purpose. Like, you know, you have a purpose, and then because you just never know, because it's like in a second. In a second, your life can change.
Yep.
And you just never know. So if you just like with that in your mind, like being like, dang, I could go out like this.
You know what the crazy part is? That your purpose is to die.
Yeah.
So that's
Basically.
purpose.
Basically.
You live to die.
Yeah, you live. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, that's what happens.
The crazy part is like that's like when it happened to George Floyd. You know, maybe his purpose was to die in order to shed the light on what's happening.
What's happening?
You know, so you never know.
It's definitely shedding light on what's happening. You know, hopefully it causes a little bit more sense into some people to see what is happening. You know, it's crazy.
It's intense. This past year has been pretty intense. I can't believe that we're already in this episode will be dropping probably towards the end of April or mid-April. So for that, and we're already going to be in May, and the years has just gone. It's 2021 came and was straight violence day one.
We thought things was gonna be better. We were like, it's gonna be better now. We're adjusting to the pandemic. We're adjusting to the virus.
You got the vaccine
Y'all
out
getting
here.
the
We
vax?
got the vaccine.
Big vax. You guys getting vaccinated or no?
I'm good on the vax.
I'm good on the vax too. What about you, Spitz?
It looks like he already got both of them.
Yeah, for real. Look like he took. Yeah, you only take a shot right now.
I'm
bro?
healthy, baby. I'm good.
Listen, man, at the job, people are falling off because of the vaccine.
Falling off.
Falling off.
Like
taking
dying?
3 days, 4 days, 5 days, can't lift their shoulders.
Be lying facts. I know I would have been.
They enjoy them free 3 paid off. Them 3 paid days off.
man.
Oh, 'cause they get
Them
paid.
days
You get
off.
3 paid days.
Let me get these
6.
days off.
Shot
6.
number 1, 3. Shot number 2, 3.
That's kind of good.
What you say?
I'm gonna get vaxxed.
Somebody told me, yeah, somebody told me I'm finna go get
No, but
vaccinated.
I heard it's different for everybody.
Damn, no.
I've heard it's different for everybody.
Yeah,
I wanted to give a shout out to Killer K because this
Shout out
is
Killer
a
K.
shirt that he gave us the last time he was here.
Lotus
It's
Life,
Lotus
the brand.
Life, so y'all make sure y'all go support our dog.
Shout out Killer
family of the
K.
show.
Okay.
You know,
Killer
another
K,
DJ.
Everybody at this table, everything that he's done. So,
He
yeah,
ain't new to
Lotus
this. He
Life.
true to this.
True
For
to
real,
this.
if it wasn't for K, we wouldn't be here either. If you think about it.
Damn, that's crazy. Shout
That
out
is
to
crazy.
K.
Yeah, shout out.
Damn, shout out to K. No,
Shout out
I
to
mean,
K.
either way, but like, dang, that just hit me right now.
Shout out to Killer K, one of
For
the
real.
realest in Miami.
One of the realest, trillest. Hey, we were talking because that song that they had sent in the group chat about if you're from Miami, then you know that the person is from Miami when they play that trick song. And then so that song always brings me back to Miami Live days too. Miami Live days were fun. I look at my stories from that time.
What was the
You just
craziest
uploaded them
thing?
things.
What's the
What?
craziest
Oh
thing
yeah.
you saw at Miami Live? Since we're here in this topic, what was the craziest thing? I'll go first.
I wanted to go first, but yeah.
Go ahead, because it's probably the same. It's the same story.
It's
so
the
go ahead.
dude with the
Yeah.
platinum
Yeah,
shirt.
and you'll say it way better because I've been on a roll.
Yeah, he was one of a kind. Spitz knows who I'm talking about too.
Yeah, I
Was
know.
he there the first night?
I think he definitely was there that first night.
He
Think
was
of-
like
but
with
Flight wasn't there.
conviction. He was like
Think
performing
of
with.
you seen Joanna Man, right? All right, just Just go there. He was wearing that. He was Joanna Man dressed as Michael Jackson, but not Michael Jackson.
The
Not
one that
even-
you see in Vegas.
Yeah, not even the one on Vegas. It's like, yeah, the one on Vegas, but not the main strip, like on the second strip. You know what I mean? Like he got a little stain in his white button up.
I'm dead.
I mean,
I'm staying on the white
But
button.
he ain't had no stain on the white button up. And then he has like a little fedora type of hat, or I don't know what number that
He was very intense.
I think I seen him.
Yeah.
You seen him?
if you got that, you have to have
Yeah, you
seen
probably
him.
seen- I think so.
I think my craziest
It's got
moment
between
was
flips, though.
was.
Flips and splits. If I'm not mistaken.
was cause she too thick.
All right. Okay.
She what?
Cause you
Swi-
too thick.
switching-
You remember that song?
switching
'Cause you too
gears
thick.
now.
Hey.
Oh my god, that song.
What's your what was yours? Your wildest time.
What was that other time though? Whole buddy was like,
What
he
was
walked around all of Miami Live.
no? Who was the one
And
that
with,
was
like
saying
threatening
shit?
people and stuff, like getting like too gangster with it.
There was this one white guy who was going crazy, and then Kay was telling us that turns out he was like an executive from a label. He was wildin'.
I feel K be saying some shit.
Kay has some of the best stories. Kay has
Like,
some
yeah,
of the
man, you know
best
that was
stories.
Jay-Z's cousin because he had a rock. They said Jay-Z cousin. He told me he was Jay-Z cousin out there, man. So careful who you talking to out here.
You stupid as fuck, huh?
Yeah, we got Kelly Rowland's little sister's baby cousin here. Watch what you're saying.
Y'all make sure y'all network
Make sure
tonight.
y'all network.
Make sure y'all networking.
I hate
And they
you.
jump on the stage and say, you know, I really like Kelly Rowland now, but that's just something. I'm just wanting to let y'all know, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my name is Scott. I'm finna drop this track right quick.
Hey, I'm Scott Rowland, like Kelly Rowland.
I
You know, I once was a survivor.
Spitz, you're stupid. Flight, please tell us your wild moment because we're about ready to wrap it up. Not to rush you, but to rush you.
No, I'm just saying, I don't seen some crazy stuff though. But you know, the things I like to see though. I've seen a few things that, like when people get on there and like y'all say, they outrageous and it's like they don't have no idea what they doing, but they just got on. Like I love to see that. They crazy, but it's like, yo, like you gotta have some big fucking balls to jump on the stage though.
Yeah.
Like you really do. You gotta have some big fucking, and they get on like going outrageous. Like yo.
All right, listen, people. He talking about the people that ain't got no game plan. Like it's their first time, and they going and like they
They're
just
like-
going with straight energy, like with
Deer in
no
headlights. They're like, oh my-
direction, coordination, or
So you gonna
nothing.
play my song
Like
now? Hold on, no. Can you start it over?
Those be the worst. You're like, K. And you know, K be light with the shade, but you know he being shady.
oh my gosh.
Nah, with that, in that moment, when Kay like got the guy's name wrong. Hey. Man, can
No,
we,
it was a girl. Wasn't
was
it
a
a
girl?
girl? Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
yeah.
girl. It was a girl.
Like,
talked
yo,
about
that-
that.
All right, baby. All right. He's like, all right, baby.
Like, yo, don't get on here talking about your story. Just say your gram, your social media. Don't start talking about so-and-so. Like, we don't want to hear all that.
Yeah.
And
Like-
stop hanging around the damn DJ booth. I got you, Kay.
All right, real quick. So make sure that you tell them where they can follow you, listen to your music and all of that good stuff.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram, man, all my social media at I am OneWay Flight. You know, you can my music everywhere, man. My music, we trying to get it everywhere, but it's everywhere though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all check out my latest album. It's called Hard. Here, every algorithm raised tremendously. Shout out to the fam, man. Dub T Dub, Audi, Spitz, Hav. We in the building, man. It's only one way.
Spitz
Y'all better
had
go
to call his girl. 'Cause
Yo, you already know what time it is, man. Look, I'm gonna need you to come to my spot. And it's,
Who the hell is this guy?
it's like, yo, who the fuck is this
And
sitting
we're
next
on
to
the
you?
all podcast. Is this one pronunciating correctly?
Thought you was Spitz's. What?
Yo, SPITZPHIRE 86 on all platforms. And Revive May 7th.
May 7th.
Let's get
Lost
it.
Sense out now. Make sure you guys go check that out.
Yes,
It's Spitz.
sir.
You already know it's the one and only JAV, the one you love.
your girlfriend's favorite
yeah.
rapper.
Yeah.
Ladies love Jay.
But yeah, I got What Else Is New that's out now. Make sure you guys stream also Million Roses by CAB. And of course, make sure you have that hard on replay. And watch last week's episode.
Yeah, watch last week's episode. Watch an older episode.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Yeah, there's plenty of episodes that you can catch up on in the Ambition Hour podcast. You can also follow me on Instagram. It is Claudia Renee with 2 E's, 2 underscores. And you can also follow the Instagram page, which is Ambition Hour on Instagram. I think on TikTok, but yeah, we don't use TikTok like that. Base TikTok is the most popular one.
Okay.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining us again this week. Boris, thank you so much for being the audio. Greatly appreciate it, especially using the space. We're so fortunate. Hopefully next week we are at the studio. If not, it is okay. We solved the problem.
We ain't gonna settle. We'll find a way.
We'll find a way, exactly. So, guys, remember we are still in a pandemic, so make sure that you wash your hands, wash your ass, drink your water, and mind your business. And for the 165th time in a row, it's your girl Claudia Renee on your airwaves with my co-host House 600 and our special guest Spitz and Flight, and we are out of here. Yay! Bye bye.